and
You're on now.
roll call has been taken. Is everybody signed in?
No,
Everybody but,
I ain't seen 'em.
yep. Everybody's present tonight. Thank y'all for coming. And need a motion to approve the agenda. Or if we got any amendments need to go on the agenda tonight.
I'll make it.
Second.
We have a motion made by Commissioner Holdsworth and seconded by Commissioner Watkins. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Agenda is approved. Need to make a motion for the previous minutes. If you haven't had time to read them, you can take a minute. I have read them. We'll need a motion to approve the minutes from last meeting.
I'll make a motion to.
Motion made by Commissioner Brown,
I'll second that motion.
seconded by Commissioner Holdsworth. Any question, comment? All in favor say aye. And aye, because I was here. Any public comments?
I have a comment
What are you gonna be speaking on?
about the courthouse.
Courthouse, okay, we'll just wait a minute then. We're gonna talk about it here in just, I think a little bit, here in just a couple minutes. Okay, so, unfinished business. I'm gonna give you an update on the health department building. I think I've shown, I've been trying to send y'all pictures of it every day I go out, but I have not sent you one today. All the red iron is installed. They're doing some modifications to some pieces on it today. And of course, the concrete slab's done, all the plumbing's roughed in under slab. So they are moving along. That being said, they've got all their color selections for the exterior. Araceli's right now is looking all the interior colors. Her and I both are looking at that. I'm letting her do it first, and then I'll go look at it after she gets it all put together. So we've got pretty well, that building is under control and doing very well. We got construction meeting tomorrow. Groundbreaking is gonna be at 2:30 tomorrow. I'd like for everybody who's on this committee, if you can, come, at least come there at 2:30 just for that. Be quite a few people there, I'm pretty sure. Rick, thank you for getting the grass cut out there and the weed eating taken care of, because it looks a lot better than what it did. On the health department building, on the animal shelter project, they're having issues getting the metal building manufacturer approved on his drawings. As always, there's been something wrong with them. Every time they've been sent to Aaron Brown, and he's not gonna approve them until they're correct. And I've been in discussions with with him and Scott St. John. I gave them options that would not cost us anything if they changed the building shape, which was putting 2 more columns out front. And I told them, we would accept that, but we will not be paying for it. So they're going back to the metal building manufacturer, and I think now he's all decided they can install those columns in the end wall. Because the end wall just needs to be an expandable end wall with 2 extra columns in it to be able to tie the front. And it's all about the front canopy tying to the our building. I don't know that manufacturer at all. I don't know them, so, but there's plenty of them out there that can do it, what they're trying to do. So they are working on right now installing the sewer system all the way to the back door behind the jail. They've already gone pretty good ways. I think they're about ready to start the 3-inch. They're getting pretty close to getting to start the 3-inch on the, because it goes from 2 for pretty good long distance, and then it switches over to 3-inch before it ever makes the turn. So they're getting that done while they're waiting. All the site work has pretty well been completed. All the wet spots and the soft spots have been taken out and fixed. Besides that, I think everything is moving along okay. It's just not moving where it should be. So they're gonna have a lot of catching up to do whenever they get going on that project, for sure. On the next one, it'll be the old courthouse. I'm gonna let you speak on that, Rick. a little
All
bit.
right. I'll just hand these out. These
I
are,
know Scott St. John's not here, but I think it's from Scott.
yeah,
That-
this is from
that's
Scott.
just-
This
okay.
is just the drawings, and I printed out the scope of work. The front page is kind of hard to read, so I just printed out each page. And you're welcome to come up here and talk about this as well. This is her project as well, so I'm just the middleman. So.
This is the hallway down it, right?
Mm-hmm. This is I remember last year we came and
Yep.
talked about the grant to remodel the.
This funding's coming from the Tennessee Historical Commission.
Mm-hmm.
So I know Scott, I don't know if you saw that email, Scott has emailed our grant, I guess administrator from the Tennessee Historical Commission to look over the beginning specs that he's putting together to make sure that it's in compliance with their grant requirements. So, and the ceiling tiles and the lights were part of a grant that the Historical Society got, and we've already purchased them. They're sitting in storage right now. So we have those, so that the ceiling and lights will match the ceiling and lights that we installed in the 2 museum rooms. If you haven't come in and seen those, that I think went very well and looks good.
Looks really good.
For that. I just have really a question, is there's possibility of a funding source that would purchase or give us the funds to make the upstairs courtroom accessible by installing the chair rail, so somebody handicapped,
Chairlift.
yes, thank you. I'm probably not using the right term.
I got you.
And I wanted to know if it would be okay with this committee if I investigated that option or funding source. Because that's the limitation of this building in the future. It is for you right now. If you use it for court, you use this downstairs room if there's someone who can't get up the stairs. But we'd like to be able to use the courtroom, not changing it, but to do some programs for school groups, but we have no room for them. But that would make a nice place for them to go up the stairs. They could sit in the pews, I call them, really.
That's what they are.
Yeah, and listen to a presentation or what have you, or the same thing that you as the county could do if you wanted to. But again, your limitations are that the upstairs is not accessible. It's not ADA compliant. So there is a possibility of a funding source that the Historical Society could tap into. We're not asking you for any money or anything like that right now. I just didn't want to go down the road and you're like, no, we don't want that. And so I'm just bringing that up.
I'd be in favor of that. Of you investigating and finding out.
It's just investigating. I don't know if they would even say, but I could write a grant for it and see if it gets funded, and then we can go from there, if that's all right with you all. And my second thing, I do want to, because I feel like sometimes government employees don't get their fair kudos. Rick has been wonderful, and he didn't put me up to saying this. He really has. And, you know, my
Thank you.
husband's name is Rick, so I have to call him Rick Maintenance, so everybody knows who I'm talking about. But I realize that we're a third party getting to use that wonderful resource for the Historical Society and the museum. But if I call him or I text him, he always gets back to me and does what I request, which is a wonderful thing, but,
Yeah, he's,
so I do want to give him appreciation from us and let you all know that he works very well with us, and we really appreciate it.
he's real popular down at the senior citizens now. They got that bathroom fixed.
Yeah.
They love him down there.
Yeah, that's all I had, really.
Thank you.
So we're progressing and hoping, you know, we can really get the specs done for this project, and maybe by winter time, when it's not as busy anyways, get the work started, but.
I'd like to reiterate what Commissioner Hollingsworth said. I'm interested in to see what that would do to get access, to be able to get handicap access to the
Yeah,
upstairs. I know the only other option is the elevator, and it'd be
And that's-
exterior.
and
that's
that's
an
gonna
expensive-
be expensive, and then sort of detracts from the historical.
Yep.
And you gotta be careful about that.
Yep.
The other real challenge down the road are those bathrooms.
Yep.
And it's just because it's old plumbing from I don't know how long ago, and he knows what I'm talking about. And I am not convinced, because I know from my own experience, ADA specifications are pretty tight and specific, and I sort of feel like that those restrooms probably aren't necessarily right up to code on that. But aside from that, it's just things that we would like to see done, because the courthouse is a wonderful resource. And, you know, for this county, we're one of the few counties that can brag that we have an old courthouse still, and that it functions. So that's all I have to say.
All right. Anything else on the courthouse?
I don't have
That's pretty well, isn't it? All right, let's get on to, move forward into the new business. I'm gonna go ahead and get a report from Rick. You're up, bud.
Another handout here. I was asked to get some budgetary numbers for the new roof at the Tullahoma Library,
Yep.
and those are some numbers that we've come up through Scott St. John, Stacy Slayball, who helped us with the CCAP roof, has kind of been helping me work on some numbers for the Tullahoma Library. This is basically to install a new roof to get rid of the two gutters that run down the middle of that roof. That's just so you guys have kind of an idea of what we're looking at. I don't think we've decided exactly what we're going to do yet. If we're going to take on that project this year, or
Is it the total of all these numbers?
mm-hmm.
It's cheaper to build a new library.
No, it wouldn't. Trust me, it would not. This is actually
Nope.
cheaper than what I thought it was gonna be.
And like I said, those are just one base budgetary number.
The roof is that top number, right?
Mm-hmm. That would be the roof assembly, basically the new building of the new rafters and the assembly part of it. And we talked about the drainage, redoing the drain system to
Right,
be able to hold
You
all
have
the
to,
drain water. So it's basically all those numbers totaled.
$1 million, that's a library. That's a new library. Close. Almost 3/4.
Yep.
730 something.
That's not a million.
It's close.
Well, I was thinking over a million, but that's what I was thinking. Anyway,
Yeah, and this is just one option. You know, we can also bring in other companies to give us their idea of how they, give us different design options.
is this
This
the
is
one,
just
is this the one
kind-
done in school?
I'm sorry.
Is this guy done, worked on
Yes,
school?
yes, this is the one
Okay.
that did the school. I believe that's where these numbers are coming from.
Okay,
Like I said, I'm working with Stacy, which works with Scott St. John's Engineering to kind of facilitate these numbers.
mm-hmm.
That's just to give us an idea. And then the only other thing I have is, which we've discussed this many times, but I just need to know what direction we want to go in as far as the Justice Center roof. It did get approved to do the project, but there's me and Terry has talked, and there's different ways about getting the project done that, in my opinion, I would like to do it really close to how we did the CCAP roof, which was through the co-op. And Trimco was basically was where the product came from. That's where we get our warranty from. The way we did CCAP roof was they picked we went through the state contract through Omnia, WTI, and then they picked a contractor on their end. And then we worked with St. John Engineering kind of on the county side, and we all worked as one big group to get the job done. It's kind of how I'd like to do it again, but it's up to you guys. We could do it that way, or we could do it, the other way is, to put it out for a bid, like in the paper, put it out for a formal sealed bid. We would still have St. John they would draw up the specs, and then they would make sure that the specs were met, before the roof was done, and we'd still work with them on that part of it. My big thing is I would like to have all the county roofs that we've done, that the new ones that I've done personally so far have went through the state contract. So that gets all the warranties basically in one area. All I gotta do on my computer is go to this one company. If we have any leaks, any warranty issues, I speak to that company, and they handle everything. And that's, we don't have any local fly-by-night companies coming in, putting a roof on, and then when something happens, you don't ever see them again because they're out of business or whatever. So basically, I just need to know the direction that this body wants to go in as far as how do we want to put the new roof on? How do we want to go about getting a contractor? I don't know if all of you have this. I know some of you had the scope of work that I don't know if I have enough copies for everybody. I might have another 4 or 5. This is basically the scope of work. I think some of you guys that are in budget finance probably already have this, but anybody doesn't have one, they can take this. And this is basically the scope of work and the budgetary number for what I've done so far. So I just need to know what direction we want to move in.
So it was brought to my attention by another commissioner that we've talked about building a new justice center.
Correct.
And they really don't want to put in that kind of money into a building that we'll be selling eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, but we also have to sell the building, and with selling the building with a new roof with a 20-year or 15, 17, 20-year warranty, depending on what we decide to do, it has its value also. And not to say, if they started building the Justice Center tomorrow, you're still looking at 5 years, and the roof is in such bad shape. I mean, we get tons of calls for, water intrusion, growth. I don't want to say the M word, growth everywhere, so it's something that I understand that point of it, but if we just keep kicking it down the road, eventually we're going to be sitting on a building that we have to tear the whole complete roof off, and it's going to be, we're going to be in bad shape. Or a building that we can't get rid of because it needs, a whole new roof.
Needs repair.
Yeah.
Plus This has already gone through us once already.
Yeah, it's went.
We've
yes,
already approved it and sent it on to budget and finance, which put it in capital outlay projects.
capital
So
projects, yeah.
it's, he's at, what he's really gotta have now is from us, is which way do we wanna turn him loose as far as getting that project moving. Longer it sits there, the worse it's gonna get. It's not getting any better. And we cannot sit there, and he's right. If we started telling an engineer today, start drawing the drawings, we're probably 5 years down the road before we'd ever touch it. It'd almost be like the health department. And so you still gotta keep the maintenance on it, or keep it up and running. And
Right.
with what's going on right now in it, it won't last that long, that way.
I just didn't think it would take 5 years to build it, cause it's not taking 5 years for the health department and the animal shelter.
Well,
I think it's.
from
I
the.
think it's taken 2 years from the time I was told they were going to build a new health department when I built the temporary parking lot at the other health
Yep.
department. It's been 2 years, and I mean, we're still. I think we're still a year out at the health department. And you're talking about the justice center. You know, it's. I would say it would be probably, if not 2 times, 3 times as big as the health department is. So.
But there's no plan for a justice
It-
center
it-
anywhere.
No,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like I can't wait
You don't
any
have
longer.
a
I've been
lot.
hearing about the new, you know, I know we need a new justice center, and I know they want to build a new justice center. I just don't know.
Well, I just know someone that mentioned it and they're not
Oh,
on
yeah, no, I-
board, and I brought it to the attention.
Yeah, I mean, I understand too. That's why, you know, that's why I wasn't sure if it would pass, because it is a lot of money on a building that we, you know, don't really want to be in. But I just feel like we don't have a choice now.
That's
And I-
right there.
I don't have to have an answer today. I
It's
just
gonna
want to
wait.
get it out there, and you guys be thinking about it and talking about it, and we can come up with,
Hmm?
you know, a plan.
It's standard water. It's that old ballast system. And that's got to go. And that's where everybody's storing their records right now. We'd have to have a building that size, if not bigger, just to store records.
And that picture was taken a couple weeks after it had rained, and there was still that much water on the roof. So when we have a big hard rain, it's a lot worse.
Yeah, it's worse than that.
See it.
Oh, I think that budget and finance.
That's all I have.
Well, I think everybody we need to, so you want need us to think about it and
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
give you the directions
It's-
on the next
I mean,
time?
it's a lot to take in and a lot of information.
Does
So
does anybody want to know a copy of this, so you can take a look at it?
there's some more copies right there.
You can't have my copy, but I can get you a copy. Here you go. Anybody else?
Oh, I already got one.
You got one. All right. So you want to talk about the Vista, Multi-Vista?
Yeah, I can. So this is Daniel Ryan. You can come up here and to the podium and introduce yourself.
Is that
Uh,
microphone on? I can't tell.
No.
No,
There we go.
it is now.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Appreciate y'all having me.
Does that have where you can plug his laptop in on there?
It does.
Do you want
Ideally, yeah, but, I mean, whatever's,
I think it's sitting right there, isn't it?
how much cable we got to look
It is. It's that one.
You got enough to get you over there this table?
It ain't gonna make it that far.
You might better put it right there, though.
We have to turn TV on too. Frank, you got it?
Got it.
reach. How about it? All right. So as Rick mentioned, my name is Daniel Ryan. I work for a franchise of a company called Multivista. Multivista is headquartered in the Pacific Northwest, but we're based here in Middle Tennessee, and we cover East Tennessee as well. And we work with a variety of county governments like yourselves to document, and the topic of conversation was kind of perfect lead into what I'm going to show you today. So when y'all do invest in a building, how do we best equip folks like Rick to take care of those buildings, maintain those buildings, understand once they're handed off by the general contractor what exactly it is you ended up with. So Rick, have they seen our presentation?
Mm-mm.
So this is our proposal on your health department building, which is underway. And this is what we kind of suggest as our recommended scope of services for any kind of municipal structure that's going up, just to allow during the construction phase our team to come out, photograph everything that's going to be behind a wall but ended up covered up by drywall, everything that's in a slab that's then later covered up by concrete, as well as the exterior of the building as it is constructed, flashed in, windows installed, and all that stuff. And then additionally, a lot of folks, especially at public buildings, that are going to draw some interest, the ability to communicate that to the public with some overhead kind of drone-based video and photos. So I've got examples of all of that here. So the first thing that we would do, and Rick, the last time we spoke, you were still pouring footers. I don't know when the slabs are scheduled to be poured.
It's already poured.
Yeah, it's already
All right,
poured.
so we missed that, which is fine. But for future examples, sounds like y'all may be building a justice center at some point. So we get on site, we coordinate with the general contractor, their site superintendent, understand what that pour schedule looks like. And then our trained photographers are on site immediately prior to that pour, taking exactly what you're seeing here, really high resolution quality shots of everything that's in the slab. And then most importantly, you know, I don't think it's rocket science that you would want to document a construction project, but delivering it to, again, folks like Rick, really whoever you want to share it with, in a meaningful format so they can actually go back and look at these photos and understand exactly where they are relative to the building. So that's the pre-slab. The MEP, that's again, it's what we call a critical milestone documentation. And these are all municipal buildings that we've documented over the years. So we work with a lot of county governments, like I mentioned. So this is going to be everything above ceiling, before ceiling tiles go in, as well as anything in the walls that's going to be covered up by drywall. So again, understanding was the blocking properly placed, understanding where all the electrical is. I mean, I think if you spend any time talking to Rick, he spends a lot of time tracking this kind of stuff down. So kind of being able to, you know, this is all available via our mobile app as well, which the price of that is included in our proposal. Maybe he's out on site, he can't pull up a bunch of photos, but he could pull up our app on his phone and say, okay, where exactly is that mechanical duct? Is it here? You know, the plans might have said that it was over there, but as we all know, as buildings get built, things end up kind of wherever contractors decide they want to put them. So again, I think, is this all clicking? Is this, you know, I think Rick kind of identified that this is something that would be valuable to him for the health department. And he wanted me to come in and kind of show you guys exactly what it is that we're doing. So let's find a good window here to kind of look at. So this is something that we're on site every 7 to 10 business days, following that window from kind of the exterior. So you can kind of watch these dates up here. We might have been shooting those a little less frequently just because there wasn't as much to document. But once that framing is in, and then any detail, flashing detail around that. So if there's any water intrusion issues, it's pretty easy to go back and understand, was it an installation issue? Is it perhaps a product defect? I got the windows in there. So again, the idea is that we're handing off at the end of a project a complete photographic as-built of the building so that you've got something to go along with your drawings. Something that Rick would have access to throughout the duration of the build. You know, he would have it forever. There's no ongoing storage fees, no subscriptions, nothing like that. And then also the ability to add his own photos. So as he's performing maintenance on the building, he's able to document that as well and kind of keep a living record of your buildings. And then these are kind of the drone photos. So again, starting with, and these are actually panoramics. So this is where we hover the drone in place and take about 30 or 40 different shots. So you can kind of watch the building come out of the ground. This is actually a state project we did over in McMinnville. So again, these are useful from a high level as you're meeting with, you know, architects, GCs, kind of zoom in and kind of see what was going on the site in a given day, as well as, you know, we're kind of going around the site, documenting from a variety of different vantage points, and then doing a couple of those different panoramic shots as well. So I don't know if this is something that you guys are interested in sharing with the public. That's certainly something that we will let this one load up. And then we also produce kind of some flyby videos as well. So a lot of our customers like to post those to their social media or kind of whatever it is you decide to do with them. You know, whoever we're contracting with ultimately owns this intellectual property and can kind of do with it what they will. You can share, you know, we recommend if, you know, an owner like yourselves purchases our services, definitely share it with the general contractor, share it with the architect. Just kind of the more people you have using it and have access to it, the more value you get from it during the construction phase as well as once it's handed off. Any questions? So Rick, I don't know if you had anything you wanted to add.
Nah, I was just gonna put this on Terry. Terry, this is your kind of your wheelhouse and your project. So I just that's why I want him to come here and talk to you and everybody and just show you what they do. If it's something we can use, great. Something we want to keep in mind for, you know, I know we've kind of already started, got a really late jump on this one, so, or something we want to use on, you know, one of our other projects. We kind of know what they do and what they can bring to the table.
I know that they're taking a lot of pictures right now on the health department. That group does, and they do drone shots too. It's a really, and it is a valuable tool. I don't know if they'll go into detail like this is. That's one thing I told you that I thought was a pretty good idea, but.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to pay for something that if we're already getting. I'm not in
Right.
on the ground floor on that one like you are.
Yeah.
I'm not involved in that project, so I don't know anything about what they're doing. So
Yeah, we get pictures from them almost daily, so, yeah, on the health department building, I would say that's pretty well covered, but now I don't know. I don't think they'll go to the detail that he's got as far as in interior walls and stuff. The only thing I can do is have them make sure they take more pictures of the inside if we do that, but, and I don't think that's a big deal with them.
And then at the end of the project, how are they delivering kind of that total?
That all comes in one CD or whatever drive. We'll have a complete put together package of it.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, I appreciate the opportunity. Look forward to hearing from you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody got any questions for him?
No, I think it's a good idea though, because I just recently built an apartment and I took pictures about like he did. I just thought about doing it, so if I ever have a plumbing problem or electrical problem, I know exactly where it's at instead of guessing.
Yeah.
So I think it's great. It's a great thing to do.
Yeah, that's exactly how the company got started. A couple of electricians had the bright idea to, hey, what if we actually like took pictures of stuff before it got covered up. And so we do obviously a lot of municipal work, but multifamily, the Titan Stadium, just big, small, and everything in between. So, well, thank you guys very much.
I could see an advantage of this too, if we was like posting it on Facebook, keeping the public up to date with it. It'd be great for that.
Do y'all have a webcam that has like a public?
I don't think so. I haven't seen anything. And
Out there at the construction site?
Yes.
I don't think so.
No.
it should be shared with the public, you know, the stuff that's going on, via Facebook. Terry.
Well, thank you.
Facebook?
Yeah, be careful with yours.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Sir.
So what kind of cost do you have if you're going into a site that's already to the point where our health department is, just so they can have information? So we're already out, the building is the steel building is actually in the air right now.
So you've already got structural steel up.
Yes.
For something like that, we would just do that in wall and maybe the exterior. I think we could get those two. So I think that was, maybe.
Besides the plumbing part in the ground,
Yeah, so for.
that we wouldn't be able to get from, from him, but I'm just kinda curious what it would,
Yeah, we had.
what a package would run
All
for.
three of those services kind of bundled together for $8,500, but we could come down on that sum if we're not doing the slabs. And then the drone is $350 a month. So the way we invoice is we do kind of a setup fee to get the website set up, and we send, it's roughly 25% of our total cost. And then we invoice the remainder just monthly over the course of the project, so $350 plus, whatever, call it 7,000 or so, divided by 12 on my phone, I don't know. So, it's not huge dollars, I
No.
think would be the takeaway.
60-something dollars a month.
Well,
Plus
350 plus
Yeah.
the,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so,
425.
yeah, we try to, and then that's it. You got it forever. You get the app. You can, Rick can kind of use it as a documentation tool. If you've got existing plans of your other buildings, we could upload those for you as well. And so he can kind of do some self-serve. All the photos that you're getting from the GC for the health department, you could upload those as well. So we always kind of we waive whatever our technology fee is, as long as someone's buying some of our services from us. So, I mean, we've got some jobs that we literally, we're doing an elementary school down in Bradley County, and it's literally just monthly drone. So it's kind of whatever suits y'all's.
Carte blanche. Order what you want.
Exactly. We're able to offer some discounting based on if we're doing multiple things per trip. But I mean, we've got guys, most of our guys mobilize out of Nashville. We got a guy up in Knoxville as well. So we've got some good coverage in this area. So. But yeah, I think Rick's got a copy of that proposal. I can send a revised one that doesn't have the concrete portion in it, kind of figure out what our price would be on that. And then we could get started. We're up and down 24 all the time. We do have quite a bit of
Y'all
work
wanna see what that
chatting.
number is? Or
What number?
do y'all wanna see what he sends Rick, or do you wanna look at it or not? That's the question.
It's worth looking at, because I think it's a great idea, because it could cost you that much money to tear up the floor to try to find a leak or
Yeah.
some electrical.
Or a
Anytime
wall?
you
You
end
don't know
up doing
exactly
some
where it's at.
destructive investigation,
So I think it's a
it
great
kind of
idea.
pays for itself. So, I mean, this total, I think it would be, call it 42 plus 6, so, $10,000 total. So 25% of that up front, and then the rest of it monthly. I think we can do that. So I can send a revised proposal to Rick this afternoon, or. So including the slab, the 3 non-drone services were $8,500. And then for 12 months of monthly drone visits, that's 350 times 12, so 4,200. So that was 12.7, and I think we.
The drone thing is, that's only something if you guys want to put it like on your YouTube channel or something. I don't feel like the drone thing is something that
I don't think
would
we
be,
need that part.
would be
Really, I don't.
beneficial to me necessarily as
No.
much as the rest of it, but.
Yeah, the rest of it would be more beneficial to us than the
Okay.
drone part would be, I believe.
Yeah, knowing that it would be kind of in that $7,000 to $8,000 ballpark for those two services, I can send you a revised proposal.
Okay.
And would there be, I guess, would that need to go to the full county commission after that, or?
I don't think so. I think it'd just have to go to budget and
Budget
finance.
finance.
Okay. When do they meet?
Our next meeting's
The 28th.
Okay. Well, great. Well, I'll have that to Rick.
Get it to Rick so he can get it to us and then we'll pass it along, if that's what we wanna do. Cause we can, take a look at it individually.
Great.
And,
And for future
Go from there.
projects, just have Rick reach out to us and we can get something in the budget. A lot of times we'll actually run our contract through the general contractor and you can just pay them. Sorry, not used to a microphone. Kind of include that in their services as well and tell them not to worry about taking all their photos. And we integrate with all their software.
well, they
as
have to take them for to get paid from the state.
There you go. That's right. There's a lot of state dollars tied to these health departments. We're doing several of these. So.
All
Great.
right,
Well,
thank
we'll
you.
be in touch.
Mhm.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, has anybody got any other new business? Need to add?
Nope.
If not, need to set time for the next meeting, which is September the 4th. Everybody good with September the 4th?
I won't be here but I don't need to be here necessarily.
If you got anything important, you
I can just give it
send
to you.
me. Yeah.
You can pass it along.
Everybody good with September the 4th?
Yep.
Okay. September the 4th, 4 o'clock. I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made, second, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're off. Thank y'all for coming.